How we built a load of resin objects in just a few days. Every successful project begins with a solid prototype. That's why we took the first step by 3D printing a miniature version of our object. This allows us to test its functionality, guiding our next steps. We 3D modeled our object, segmenting it in multiple parts. Then, we fired up our 3D printer, loaded the tray with resin, and added a dripper connected to an external resin container. 20 hours later, and first parts were ready. For each component, we carefully removed all printing supports and thoroughly cleaned all pieces, washing away all resin residue. Step by step, all components were 3D printed. We worked on grinding the imperfections resulting from the printing supports, and we added a layer of primer to fill in the gaps. Next is the silicon mix. After following the manufacturer's recipe, we placed the mix in the vacuum chamber to remove the air molecules from the liquid. An essential step in the mold casting. As air is removed, the pressure inside the chamber decreases, creating vacuum. Now, the thrilling silicon mold casting process is next. We started to pour the liquid around the 3D printed object to create the mold. Once the silicon is set, we can detach the elements and prepare for the next phase. We built our rotocasting device from scratch, a multi-rotational machine that helps distribute the liquid, creating a hollow replica of the object. We let gravity take over while spinning the object for about 4 minutes for each resin layer, and repeated the same procedure for each component. Are you curious to see how the first object turned out? With the tested prototype working and our first item ready to go, the rest fell into place like clockwork. From this prototype to this final object, that's how we created a series of roto-casted objects